Hey, darling.
Hello, honey.
I brought you this.
You got me a new blender.
Oh, yes. Thanks to the more money I've been receiving through Moneyfex.
How come?
I receive more money through Moneyfex because they have the best exchange rates as compared to the last senders I was receiving.
Meaning you've been saving more?
Oh, yes. Use Moneyfex to receive more for less from abroad with their best exchange rates and save more. Always find the best rates to Cameroon with Moneyfex. Receive more money through Moneyfex today. Moneyfex, fast, easy, and cheap money transfer service to Cameroon.
One of the things that make me feel very beautiful and very confident as a brown skinned woman is choosing the right skincare products. So here guys are a few of the products that I use that make me feel very beautiful, very confident. And if you have any skin issue, be it acne, hyperpigmentation or oily skin, dry skin, whatever problem it is you're facing with your skin, trust me, Escape is here for you. Escape is actually formulated to suit all skin types, all melanated skin types. So when you use this, you see how confident I'm feeling. This is going to be you after using Escape products. Trust me.
Can they see me? Okay, that's good. Hey guys, what's up? What is happening? It's Friday. Good evening, everyone. Wow, that was really fast, Delhi. Okay, good. Just give me a second. Well, I think we are good to go. So what's up, guys? Happy weekend. It's another Friday, and we are here to discuss relationships. We are here to discuss relationships, and as usual, we'll be having Deli Singer Phillips and B. Emanuela to discuss relationship, and this is going to be one of those regular shows that we normally have. We come here live and we discuss what is happening pertaining to relationships. But before we start, I would like to give a shout out to a few other people. Hey, excuse my manners. My name is Denzel Bless, your certified life and relationship coach. For those who know me, I talk about relationships and life. I encourage people to be in a healthy relationship, just like exactly what Dele is doing, Emanuela and B-Song as well. But guys, before we continue, I would like you to understand that B-Song will not be joining us tonight. So on our panelists, I have Dele and B. Emanuela. These are two great minds of people that we have always come here live, and we have impacted you guys in different ways. So as you're joining us, I beg of you to share, like this video, pump us hard, and invite your friends in. But before that, let me give some shout out to a few people. You will pardon me because I'm looking down on the computer. So when I'm ready, I'll be facing down. I hope that's clear. Thank you. Okay, and as you're joining, let us know where you are watching us. So let me go straight to that. I can see Cecilia. Hi, Cecilia. That's Mbakwa. Cecilia, how are you? How you doing? Who is there? La Fleur, you're always with us. Thank you so much for joining. Who is this? JP. Wow, it's going really fast. JP Chosen. Okay. Who is there? Emelda, how are you? How you doing? Who is this? Joycelyn, how are you? Lucy, it's good to see you. So as we continue, please keep sharing, keep inviting your friends in. Today we'll be having a very important discussion, that is modern day relationships and social media and modern day relationships. How can we incorporate those two things, and how is it impacting our relationship? How does it affect our relationship? So this is a very important topic, especially moments like this. With like, if you are a frequent social media user, you know what is happening. There are a lot of stuff going on now on social media. So we thought it's best that we come on here and give our perspective, especially to our fans or followers or brothers and sisters, especially the young ones, to know what is happening. So without wasting much of your time, I would like to bring B. Emanuela. So the technical dashboard, please kindly send me B. Emanuela. Hey.
If you didn't ask me first. Hi, Denzel.
How are you?
I'm okay, and you?
I'm okay, thank you. Wow, it's good to have you.
Same here.
Wow.
Good
I think I must say this in the absence of Bison and Emmanuel Dele. You're looking fabulous.
Thank you.
Your hair, your smile.
Thank you.
Everything. It's top notch. You look beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Really
so how have you been? What is happening?
Good. Everything is fine. And I mean, last week we were not here. Hi, Lamu Lafle. I mean, that's one of my biggest fans. I like her so much. My biggest everything. Lafle, Lamu. Nice to have you around, girl.
So, Lafle is always around, and I really appreciate her effort,
Sure. I mean, last week, we're not there.
Yeah.
Because of unforeseen circumstances. But now, today we are here. Hi, guys. Nice to have you people around and looking forward to hear from you. Today, what we are discussing involves everyone. Today is not one of those days where baby mamas will feel guilty or side chicks will feel guilty or stuff like that. We are all
very true.
No,
that's very true. Anyway, I think let's continue. Technical dashboard, could you please send us some Dele Singer Phillips?
Yay.
Hey, Dele.
Hey everybody, hey Emma, hi Denzel. When I really take me, keep on her back there, the talk nothing there. Hey, she looks good, she looks there, and then keep me for backside. Finish, talk in the way I don't understand my headache. You don't look any good, you don't look no good.
You don't start jealousy, Nana so.
Yes, not jealousy, you don't look any good. That's it for you.
I think this is the lie that almost everyone on social media play this beauty lie. There's something that I just learned, that there is this beauty lie nowadays on social media. Like everything is beautiful. Like, whether you are not.
Everything is wow.
Yeah,
no, come on. She looks gorgeous, man.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah. Thank you guys. I'm happy to be here. Last week I was by myself. It was not easy, but hey, the team is back. Yeah. Somebody said jealousy go kill me. Easy for jealousy. Jealousy mo see. At least I jealousy openly. Jealousy mo see. When I want jealousy in the background. Hey guys, it's good to be here. Let me change the setup. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, just go ahead. So the only time we come before Denzel smile. Denzel, you have such a gloomy face. I don't know if you know your smile is beautiful.
Today or it has been like
no, today you came on, you were just like some man don't hold your neck press him. So you tell Emanuela appear for screen. It's time makes so.
God is good. God is good. God is good. I brought
you some smile, Denzel. Some sun,
Yeah, thank you so much. Now I'm a little bit confused because this is my first time where my computer is in front of me and my phone is ahead of me. So I'm kind of like, where should I look?
I know, right? Just look straight ahead of you. It's going to be perfect.
Okay. I don't know if let me try and pull the computer down a little bit. So yeah, how is it now?
It's perfect. I mean, it's always been.
Okay, guys, this means I will not be watching, I will not be reading your comments. So let me stay focused, okay? Okay, so before we continue, we have been like, first, my apologies for last week. I was not there because of one or two reasons,
Kaya
like
mata.
pertaining to my health. Forget about Delhi. Pertaining to my health, I was not in the best position to come on live, but I have watched the show, and Delhi did an amazing job, which I'm so proud of you. And I'm sure the other two they did the same. So I am Bison, we spoke, and he said he have watched the show as well, and you did an amazing job. So thank you so much for being there for us. It's something that I'm really planning to write, to make a post. People need to put themselves, like to align themselves in a team. When you are not there, someone can watch your back. Someone can come and cover you up. This is teamwork, and I'm super proud you did that. Like when we send the messages that we are not going to be available, you said, "Hey, you are going to do the show." So kudos to that. I'm so proud you took that challenge and went forward with that. Thank you so much.
Means next time I can also do it. Next time I'm following suit.
Yeah.
When you are
So
not
guys,
coming,
today we will be talking about something very important: social media and the impacts on our relationship. So before we continue, I would like to get your overview about this topic. I don't know who I should start with. Let me do it as you came in. Emanuela,
Without order.
yeah, can you give me your, or can you give us your overview about this topic?
okay. My overview about this topic. Now, relationship or social media and modern days relationship.
Yeah.
So my overview is this, very recently, relationship has been more on social media than it could even be
Mm-hmm.
in reality. I mean, I could say that, people get connected more on social media. And apart from getting connected more on social media, I have this impression social media has given people this platform to report themselves and report their partners,
Mm-hmm.
to speak out, because there's this opportunity of hide my ID. And before we start thinking like maybe this thing is very new, if you look at it, in those are days when we're in high school, radio stations, Delhi Abakwa for Bamenda, Afrin Nuwe for Bamenda, you know, say that you do hide my ID kind of sort of, because people who kind of, I know there was a program, I think it was Afrin Nuwe or Abakwa, something like that. In the night, just very late night, they send out numbers. And then people can send text messages about their problems. Like,
Yeah.
there's this guy, there's this thing. I feel like, so I want to advise, can people? And so the radio presenters will read out those things. And then people will call.
Wow.
People will call to give, so like, this is what they can do. So it's been there for some time. But if we look at it the way it is now, it's been made easier. Because you could just get your data for maybe 100 francs. You go on, you're able to read these comments by yourself. You're able to even see people's faces, the people you're talking to, even though they'll not see you, So
Yeah.
just to say that social media has so much influence on relationship these days. It has its downside. It also has its kind of positive side. And I think as we go along, we are going to see all of these. But just to say, if you ask me, it's been of great help, at least for those who know how to use it well.
Yeah.
Social media has been of great help. Subsequently, as we go further, you might ask me what I mean by it's been of great help, because for somebody, it's been a mess, But if you ask me, I might be able to explain as we go along why I think it's been of great help. At least, if not to others, to me and maybe a host of others that I know.
Yeah, I think that was brilliant, and thank you so much for such a powerful start. And now, before I go to Delhi, I want people to understand social media. Like, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it started like in the year 2000s, 2000, like 2002, 3, 4. Then it really skyrocketed around 2007. Like, it's not been long that social media is really out here into like in the faces of people, you know. So we should really like know that this thing is new, and we should not allow this new development kill us. What has lasted, like relationship has been here for almost ever. Like before we came in, relationship has been here. So let me just give the floor to Delhi. Tell us your overview about this topic.
Hi everyone again. I mean, I don't see say Denzel go talk today past me so much better. Guys,
Yes, come on.
guys, can we form hearts? Can you form heart, share the video, tag your friends, let them come in here and we talk, okay? We have a chit chat moment together. Thank you so much, Denzel. Yes, just like Eva has said, social media has its downsides. It has its advantages. Social, okay. I believe that first of all, what Denzel's talked about, social media is just about in 2000. No, it's been way back past that. It is just really morphed into something different nowadays. Remember, we used to do Yahoo Messenger. Yahoo Messenger, I created my Yahoo Messenger account. I don't know the time or two. So think about how far when you had a pin. What's that other sites? Those other sites that people used to get on and so it's been there, but not very sociable. Okay,
Yeah.
and again the fact that especially in Africa and some parts of Africa, internet was so much a luxury. Like you would go to a cyber cafe and then have to, you know, it was such a process, and not very many people were so keen about it. But as time unfolds, and of course, technology happened, things changed, and then we had boom. Facebook. I know that when you talked about in the year 2000s, I know you were really talking about Facebook, because when Facebook came, it took over almost everything, you know.
Definitely.
And like that. So like I said, social. It is. I believe that social media is a marketplace where everybody comes. The high, the mighty, the big, the tall. Everybody somehow it puts us on the same pedestal. So as long as you have internet, you can get on there. And the problem, like Emma said, is how to use it. So it has its downsides, and especially for those who don't know how to use it, for those who don't know what to bring on it. Like I said, it's a market. When you go to the market, you don't buy just about anything. You have what you're buying. You have the particular shops you go to. You know, you have your customers. So this is it. If you don't understand that social media is like that, you would find yourself everywhere and nowhere. At the end of the day, you would just be mixing everything. So yeah, it is a very, very, I don't know how we would be coping, because when I look back in those days, we used to write letters. I'm thinking, so we'll still be writing letters and going to the post office to post, and it takes forever to come, and then you don't see people. So it's really beautiful to, especially for those in relationships, you know, and then it's done a lot of good. It has a lot of positive sides. However, it has its downsides, especially on relationship, like we said, for those who really would learn how to use it from today. So thank you. I hope that we can shed more light as we get along. Yeah.
Okay, Delhi. Thank you so much for that. And that was a very powerful start. So without wasting much of the time, hey viewers, please, as you're joining us, keep sharing, invite your friends, and keep pumping us hard. I think our panelists, they started on a very good foot, and we do not want to demotivate them. Let's pump those hard and keep motivating them, so when they see that hard, they feel lively. You know, to me, I love compliments. I'm not going to fake it, and I believe everyone, like, I do not allow it to overshadow my reasoning. But once you give people compliment, it makes them feels good, like they are living, and you admire what they are doing. So keep sharing, keep pumping hard, keep inviting your friends in. I want to see the number keep going up. Okay, this is a very important topic. Okay, now Emma, I will come back to you. You know, you said something really important, and the way I want us to work, I want us to look at the positive side and the negative side of social media and how it has affected our relationship. And later on, I would like us to have a discussion on like people who post things on regular basis, like specifically on their relationship, right? I kind of feel like these people do not know where to channel their problems. So I would like us to, while we are progressing, to have an idea or like, what can we tell these people? Where are they supposed to go? Because relationship, it's like intertwined with problems, disagreement, right? So do we have options that when you feel down, when you feel like your relationship is going on the slope, where can you go? I feel like our people need to know these things, because without knowing, this is the only platform that we have, social media, and it's addictive. So people will always come. That's for me, it's hard to blame people like, do not come to social media. This thing is a drug,
Yeah.
so they will come because it's a drug. So I would like us to come with something that it can help them. So now to you, Emma, do you believe that social media affects our relationship? And if yes, how do you mean?
So, just so I may understand, then, from what angle do you want me to take? Do you mean like you say are we starting with positive or the
Yes, let's start with positive, please.
Yeah, affecting our relationships positively. Yes, because like I said earlier, it depends on how you get to use social media. There are things we learn. Yes, sometimes they always say the problem is not about copying. It becomes a problem when you don't know how to paste. We have a lot of beautiful relationships out there, in as much as the society has almost made us to think like, marriage or relationship, happiness, there's no happiness. That is because I have this impression like people get to post more the bad sides of their relationships. But when they even try to post the positive side, guess what? Facebook in-laws, social media in-laws was like, "Una want show me something."
Yeah.
So instead of trying to concentrate and copy this positive side of it, because there are positive things out there. There's this, there is a couple on social media. There are about two of them even. I think they're all Nigerian couples.
Okay.
Well, their own blog is about their life as a couple. They show a lot of things. They prank each other. See, if there is a relationship that I want to go and have hope that marriage can work, marriage is good, I go to those people. I visit their blogs actually.
Yeah.
Because they really do beautiful things that you could copy from them. You see friends who are married. And I always say like it's good to get married to your friend. Those people, they kind of prove it to me like you're right when you say it's good to get married to your friend. Because if you're not married to your friend, there are some things that you like doing, you're so passionate about, you won't get a partner who wants to do it,
Yeah.
And so in all of this, there are things on social media. I'm just trying to say there are those things that we can copy, those beautiful things. Somebody might even surprise the wife and decide to show it once in a while on social media. They don't get to show it every day, but they just decide to show it today. Why? Tell me one reason why you won't want to copy Denzel. This turned out good. Wow. So I could surprise my wife like this. I make a surprise birthday for my husband, and then we put it on social media. Another person will be like, so this, all of these things, you see like this surprise birthday stuff that is coming up and people want to do it. It's on social media. They kind of picked all of those things. It's on social media because we don't have the chance to be in Cameroon. We don't have the chance to be in Nigeria. We do not have the chance to be in the US to see these things. But social media is bringing these things close to us. And then we get to copy these things because those are good things. Those are beautiful things. Those are people trying to show love. And hey, before someone comes to tell me, you don't know what's happening in the background, I don't need to know. Why do I have to know what is happening in the background? I'm talking about something positive about somebody. You want me to start thinking about what is negative. And what if nothing negative is happening at the background? So let me concentrate on the beautiful things I am seeing. Yeah, let me concentrate on the beautiful things I'm doing and copy from it instead of putting some negative energy and kind of be like, Mona, no can you show anything because for background now, I know it. Yes, now they know. Let them show us the good things so that we can copy. So all in all, then I'm like, this is it. I want to copy that good side. I want to copy those things. There's a limit to it. We might talk about the limit later. But then once in a while, these things, when I see them, at least for those who want to show it, because also there's another thing, not be all man must bring your life for social media. It depends on the individual. If you choose to do it, I really love it. I appreciate the beautiful side of it. Let me copy it. Now, when we start talking about the limit, we are going to get to the limit because there's a limit to everything. When I start overdoing the way, when I'm not getting a block, just your personal life. I also have my own reservations, I don't know if it matters for those who are doing it, but at least for me, I will want to follow my reservation to say, you know what, there's an elastic limit and this is where I'm not going to cross. So I hope I answered your question. If not,
yeah, you did.
So that, please.
Okay, wow. I think that was really good. Thank you so much, Emma. I think the few things that I noted from you, which is very important, is how people are so we are seeking for too much information. We don't want to go along with what we already know. Like when people show the positive side of their relationship, we have some critics like you do not know what is happening behind closed doors, which I think is like you're looking for trouble. Why are you always insinuating that there is a problem? And with this alone, it has like planted seeds into people's mind like there are no perfect relationships. I understand, okay, perfect per se, but there are people who are having a really beautiful relationship. And to me, I said, I believe there is a perfect relationship, but in my own context, like there is someone who is not cheating, who is not a cheat.
Yeah.
They are faithful husband and wife. And you cannot say because he forget to clean the toilet sink, that means he's not in a perfect relationship. There are some basic things that people do that does not really affect their relationship. It might not be perfect, but I think this is excellent. The relationship is good. So if we can just copy the good thing, that's brilliant. And this is what I really learned from your side. So, Deli, you are someone that a lot of people look up to. I look up to you as well on so many different aspects. And you have a whole multitude of young people who look up to you and they're trying to emulate your style and all that. And now when we talk about social media and relationship, I want you to still take the side, not the side as per se as what Emma said, but does social media, is it something that can kill down or the progress of a potential relationship?
Thank you so much for the compliments, Denzel. I really appreciate that. Of course, there's no gainsay about social media, the impact it has on relationships. Before I answer that question, I would love to take these comments and talk on just to make us understand the difference. Joel Pepe says, I think those who post their problems on social media must have tried talking about them off social media and it didn't work out. Okay, so now that comment, you understand that because when we're talking like this, a lot of people will be like, okay, so if we are against people bringing their problems on social media, what about this platform that is about 80% hide my IDs and problems? Understand, when we talk about people bringing their relationship on social media, it really doesn't concern those who come and hide their IDs. When you hide your ID, you stay anonymous. So nobody knows about you. Nobody knows that you are the one. So technically, quote unquote, they don't know you. So it is more like I did not bring that problem there. You alone know, because like I always say, for those of us who even manage these pages, we don't get to even check out your profile. So we're not talking about that. there is a part of that, of course, that we'll talk about it. So when we're talking about bring your problems on social media, we're talking about coming with a face. So I can attach this problem to a particular face. I know that this is Mr. XYZ and Mrs. XYZ's problem that has been brought on social media. That is actually the angle where people are missing it out. Because just like, I don't know if it's a he or a she, he said, there are so many people who have tried alternative means and they cannot have it. Now think about it. In Cameroon, how many Cameroonians watching me can afford a professional counselor? How many of them? So for starters, how many of these professional counselors are in Cameroon that you and I know about, who are doing a good job, and you can actually take your problems to, and they will stay professional without broadcasting it out there somehow. So we have come a long way. Remember, we have come a long way. Before people sort out alternative means, it means either the system in place is not working or there was no system altogether. So that's why they're looking for solutions on these different platforms. And you cannot blame them. And as long as they are having solutions to their problems, that's a thumbs up for bringing, quote unquote, bringing your relationship on social media. But we're talking about those who outrightly have a face. You come on your private account. For instance, I think that you factored in that for the social celebrities who are trending now, having all of that, you know. I think that, like, we've already established that there are good sides to it, there are bad sides to it. I don't know if you wanted me to zoom on the negative side or the positive side anyways.
I would like you to talk about the positive side a bit.
Yes. Okay. So, yeah, there are so many positive sides too. I've already mentioned one. People cannot afford these services back home. Majority of them cannot afford it. So they bring it to platforms who would do it for free. Remember, we're doing the service, handling the services free of charge. Nobody is charging them. They come, nobody knows about it, they go. And at the end of the day, they are having solutions, whether or not we agree to it, you know. So those are the positive sides of it. Like Emma has said, people learn from others. So putting it out there, and social media helps you. For instance, we sit here, we're talking about people in America, Nigeria, and the rest of the world, because social media has made that possible. Okay. And and it's easy again to get information about people. So thanks to social media, people used to lie a lot, though they still lie, and the social media is amplifying it. But it is an easy way to do background checks on people. Thanks to social media, a lot of beautiful relationships have been birthed. We're about to celebrate 2 marriages from, I'm excited when I say this, on Delhi's matchups, you know, thanks to coming together. So it's a lot of these positive things that social media does to our relationships, you know, and all of that, especially like we stick on for people who know how to go about it, you know. But again, like we said, we're coming back to the downsides of the social media. This thing about people bringing a relationship on social media, I'm not a huge fan of it. I am truly not a huge fan of exposing relationships, especially relationships that have a face. And if it's not a relationship, like I said, that people are, for instance, Emma already explained that you come in with your partner, you come, you sit, you teach. I love that. I love to see that. And especially when they're using their life experiences, because most of these people, they use their life experiences to teach. So when you come with your partner, God might have called you into a relationship ministry. You come with your partner, you people share your story. Thanks to that, a lot of people, souls are, marriages are transformed and all of that. Yes, I mean, why not? We want to see more of such platforms even, you know. And what happens behind the scenes is none of your business. It's really, how does it concern you? It's really not your business. So whether or not people are pretending on social media, it is about them. And the message they have to pass on to you, because they might still not be pretending, and your own, it doesn't change, your own is not working. How about that?
Exactly.
Because it doesn't depend on you. Like, your relationship doesn't thrive based on whether or not that influencer's own relationship is thriving or not. I mean, you know, it's about the lessons that we are teaching. It's about the things that you can pick from these other platforms. So yeah, you know, I would really, if we want to break down the positive sides, then we can take them and then, you know, break them down further. But I would really want us to, me personally, I would love to zoom on how to use it, which translates to, for those who don't know how to use it now, and the negative sides of it. So Well, depending on the questions you have, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I really do not have a lot of questions, so I would like our viewers to engage in this conversation. So if you
Right.
have any troubling question, if you have like doubt and you need some clarity somewhere, so you can send us your question in the comment section, and we are going to project them, answer them. I think this way it's really important because it has to deal with you personal, like your personal wahala. We have to deal with your own trouble. So we can, like, there are a bunch of people watching us now, and people have different perspective and different problems that they deal with. So if you have a personal problem that you're dealing with, you can write it, and we are going to talk on that. Okay. Now, before we go on the negative side, which I would really like us to dwell on it really well, someone sent me a text message, I think yesterday, pertaining to what we are discussing, and I tried to Google about it. It was a red flag to an extent, right? Now, she said her man is posting a lot of stuff that is about himself on social media, his vacation, his lifestyle, which is a good thing to her, but he hardly posts her. That is, even when they take pictures together, he hardly posts a picture of both of them. And I was really curious about that. I started doing some research about that. I came to realize that if you have, let me say, if your spouse, excuse me, if your spouse is posting a lot about themselves and they barely post you, that is a red flag. I don't know about you guys, what you guys think. If I just want to get like a random answer before we move to the negative side.
Okay. Maybe can I talk?
Yeah, sure.
It seems my network is just breaking sometimes. Looking at this case specifically, I would say, I almost see with you, Denzel, especially if it's a private account.
Yes, it is.
Yes, especially if it is a private account. If you're so active on social media, your photos, each move, both of us go for a vacation.
Yeah.
We're on vacation, but now you want the social media with the picture, with the feedback. Now you want the Facebook in law.
And this is the husband. This is the husband.
And you're my husband.
Yeah.
And you like social media. It's not as if you don't like it. I see it as a red flag, actually.
Yeah.
Yes, I really see it because what are you hiding? Do you even talk about our marriage? Because from what I've even noticed, in most cases, men are the ones who will not want to, like, I don't like this over social media things.
Yeah.
It has happened now that you're the one, you like it. Every day you're there, you're giving updates. Yet you give it even once in a while, I'm not there. Then you see there are people who even go out there. They put most of the time, the man will be posting himself and giving updates. But once in a while, the wife will come up. And by that one time that he chooses to bring the wife on, he's coming to, say a lot of good things about the wife, say beautiful things, and make the world know that, what, because you see me posting my photos, it doesn't mean I'm single. This is somebody. And also sometimes people have their agreements at the background. Our relationship is not a social media kind of relationship.
Yeah, I like that.
It's not a social media relationship. So we have our individual kind of things. But the way you put it right, it sounded like this person really, it sounded more like the man sleeps on social media. He has a room and parlor on social media. And if you have a room and parlor on social media, you're posting every day. And your wife, so if it's a concern now, also another point I should also make is that if she is coming to you, it means it's a call for concern. I'm saying this so that those who are listening to us, who have had their agreement, will not kind of fit into a shoe that is not their shoe. Looking at this case specifically, if she's coming, it means there's a call for concern, meaning they did not have an agreement like that. So it's a red flag. Very red even.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Emma. I think that was that was a powerful approach. And just before I bring Delhi in, and after Delhi, excuse me, I'm only having a dry throat. Before I bring Delhi in, just for me to try to make our viewers clear on this red flag issue. This does not, I mean, this specifically to this situation, this does not mean that this man is cheating. Okay, he might not be cheating, but he might not just be proud of that relationship. Those are two different things. We have people who are like, they are real cheaters, and there are people who they are not cheats, but they are not just proud of that relationship. It's like you sign an agreement that you're not proud of the agreement, and later on you're like, should I tell my mom that I signed? Should I tell the word that I signed? So those are two different things. So we should not just assume that he's cheating or he's harboring so many different women or he's flirting on social media. That's a different scenario. He might not just be proud, or he's proud, they're cheating. Those are two different things. So I just say, let me try to bring that in. Dele, I do not know if you have something to say regarding these particular, I know there's always something for you, you know. So tell us.
Well, I think that Emma said pretty much everything regarding that. So it's a lot of reasons why somebody will be flaunting themselves on social media. Every other thing about them, they're not putting their spouse. So let us not limit it to a husband, because wives do that as well, and then the husband is the one complaining. So let's just make it open. It's a lot of reasons. First of all, for me, agreement. What was the initial agreement? Because you people are married, so you must have had an agreement or at least a conversation about how your relationship should be like. So what did you two agree on? Do we act single on social media? Do we act married but from a distance? Do we just put everything off social media and all of that? Because some people could decide to, this is not what we want to. And then again, the woman says, the woman agreed to that initially, or the man agreed to it initially, and then they got to a point, and then the woman starts feeling funny because most likely her own husband or his own wife is posting their own things. So it now becomes appealing, and it starts saying that you start putting me, what did you people initially agree to? You know. Secondly, how was it? Sometimes you need to know how it was. Has he been posting you, or from the start of the relationship, it wasn't?
I like
he
that.
been doing that? Because you can't just wake up. Sometimes people, all habits die hard. You can't just wake up 1 second and say, you know what? You need to start posting me like that. It takes a lot of that transition needs some time, you know. And again, there's no gainsay. People could be cheating, and it's the easiest one. So regardless, as much as you said that some people could not be proud of their spouses, some people could be acting single on social media and trying to tell 10 different men or 10 different women that, you know what, I'm very much single and available. That's why they don't want their spouses to be there and anything about them, you know. But I would say this: if you are not a fan of social media exposure, relationship exposure, like me, there for it to make sense, there should be an iota of or an aspect about your family. So if I come on your page, I know you are married. Exactly. I might not have detailed information about it, but at least I know you're married. I know at least you have kids, or at least you have a family. So that if we engage in a conversation, we can take it from there. So that I'm not seeing a lie on your profile. It's not as if, you cannot be married and then everything about you, there's no trace about you on social media like you're married. And you want to tell us that it's just about privacy. No, it's morphed from privacy to secrecy. There's something extra, you know. You put up every other thing on social media. You put up this. You even put up, some people even put up their kids, but they cannot put up their spouses. So you see, it's a big question mark, you know, red flag and question mark for me, you know, and all of that. So if you're bringing this situation, I to check on all the different aspects that we have, you know, because especially on women, it could just be competition. The man might not necessarily be doing it like that. The man might just be on about, work and lifestyle and
Yeah.
and my family off. And the woman just feels like, you know what, my friend in Massachusetts put it, so why you never put me? And that competition brings
Yeah.
about that exceptional case that is coming up now. So you want to be sure of what is happening, okay? And these are things you corner your spouse and you talk to them and ask yourself, even if they say yes or no, what are the benefits of me putting my relationship out there? Because that could just be the very beginning of trouble. Because sometimes we start insisting, oh, you've not put me on social media. Your status is not, if you have to change me and prove to the whole world. Now you want to prove a point to the whole world, and unknown to you, that's the very beginning of your very problems. So these are the things that we forget to understand. But hey, we cannot pinpoint on a particular thing, like I said, because that's an exceptional case and it's up for counseling. We would need to probe more and ask what exactly this person what is happening, so that when you answer those questions, then we know how to continue with the conversation. Otherwise, we can only list the different aspects, and then you choose from among one of which could suit your situation. So yeah, that's it.
Okay, Deli, thank you so much. I think that was a brilliant take, and which I totally agree with your perspective. And our viewers, please, as you're joining, keep sharing. We'll be going on a very short break, and after that, we'll continue from where we stopped. So, technical dashboard, let's go.
I am Martha, the CEO of Martha's Food Supply.
Okay, guys, welcome back. Welcome back, Emma. Welcome back, Deli. Thank you for joining once more, and to our viewers, thank you for staying put. And that was a beautiful and short break for us all. And you all have seen the advert. There is something about this advert, Deli. I don't know. I always recite, "I am matter. I am matter. I am matter." Like I keep. I don't know. It's like I keep repeating it. Let me just put it in that simple terms. It's so like captivating. I don't know. Like I always repeat it. I am matter. I am matter. So guys, welcome back. Today we are talking about social media and the impact on modern day relationship. And we have been discussing so far about the positive side, and We try to talk about a couple of other things that are happening within our society and how people perceive social media. And now I would like us to go to the negative side, which I really want us to talk in greater detail so our people can really see how what we are doing regarding social media. While we are waiting for Delhi, I I want to say this, just like Delhi and Emma have been saying from the onset, you have to make sure that you understand who you are and how you are using these platforms. These platforms are here to enhance or take you to the next level, but not to destroy your relationship. Maybe an excess of it's our problem. We do not know how to manage our time, what and what not to post, and what time should we post, what should we post, and what should we not post. I think it's Emma or Delhi, they try to talk about the agreement, which is something I really love. Like, I think there has to be an agreement what to post, especially nowadays with modern couples. What are you supposed to post? What are you not supposed to post? If we do not have this conversation, most of our relationship will die down. Okay. I've seen couple like, especially in Thailand, where I have lived. I've like million times I've been in restaurant. People will come for lunch, dinner, or just for coffee. Honestly, these people are not chatting. These people are not talking. They'll spend 45 minutes or an hour plus just on your mobile, just on social media, talking to distant people instead of the person next to you. And this disconnect, there is some emotional imbalance. You cannot connect with your partner. So we need to learn to understand these things. I was giving them a dating advice to one brother. I'm so proud. Like, men are now starting seeking advice on relationship, and I'm so proud of that. Like, I think in the next couple of years, relationship will take its shapes from the men's side. So our women, they should also learn to do this. So I was giving him advice on how to date, how to be like, how to go on a date, which is one thing I want to talk before we move to the negative side. Okay, like, to me, do not go into a restaurant if you are trying to, this is my perspective, if you're trying to go on a date for the first time, right? Do not go into a restaurant like for food or for drink. I believe, like, go for a walk. So while you're walking, you book and talk. You do not have your mobile, because once you sit down, it's like, it's automatic. Take your mobile out, and before you know it, there is no connection. So I was like, hey, brother, do not go into a restaurant. Do not go into a nightclub. Go for a walk. He's in Boya. I was like, okay, maybe you should go to your alma mater where you started your primary school. Just go for a walk, 1 or 2 hours. You can go to the shops around, pick some, maybe apple, bread, whatever you have to eat. Just pick them, put them in a backpack, and go for a walk. In this way, you people are walking around, you people are chatting. There is this connection. You see kids play around the street. It helps to create conversation. I don't know if you guys have noticed it. You go into a restaurant, either the couple, they are eating, they are not talking, or they are looking other couples. So I was like, do not go into a restaurant. Maybe after the second or third date, then you can do that. But for now, please do not go into a restaurant. So I just let me share that with you guys and what I did a few days ago. So now, Delhi, let's get to the fundamentals of it, the negative side. And I have an approach that I want us to do. Probably you give one negative side, Emma comes in and give her part, then you can come again, give a second. If we could do 3 each or 4 each, I'll be super happy, so we can manage our time perfectly well. And our viewers, please keep sending us your questions. I haven't seen any. I haven't received any. We really like to deal with your own problems. We all have problems. We should stop acting like there are no problems in our relationship when we talk about social media. Let's handle, maybe not solve, but let's handle what you are dealing with when it comes to social media and your relationship. So, Delhi, is it Delhi or Emma?
Should be Emma, I guess.
Okay, Emma, thank you, Delhi. Emma, let me give you now the floor just give us 1 point, the negative side. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Denzel. Before I do that, guys, please share the video, tag your friends. I see it keeps dropping and dropping. And just to let you know, thank you for all the compliments. I can see them, but I would love it more when you call more of your friends to come and compliment me. As I said in the beginning, he likes compliments. Who no like compliments? Call your friends to come and compliment us. And as for you, Asaki, to how your usual enter attack me. I just entry with that attack. Deli should say that to me. Who Deli talk now? Who say about presenting relationship? Anyway, so talking about the negative sides of this social media modern day relationships, and I think, like we mentioned before, this is highly connected to. It's highly connected to the way we decide to use the social media. We have a lot of people out there who are in relationships. They are on the same social media in which we are, yet their relationships are blossoming. Like, the kind of, they move ahead, then they're gonna get back. But you who decide to be on this social media and copy just the wrong things, that's where the problem lies. And now when we talk about just the wrong things, let me say, I don't know if I should say humans are so inclined towards negative things more than positive things. See, there are people who get up in the morning and immediately they are going to Facebook. They are looking forward to see one hot controversy, one hot gist, one hot negative something that has happened. Then they'll be like, hey, you don't bad the money. They'll kill themselves. That's what makes them happy. That's what they want to copy. If they get up in that morning, they see one beautiful thing. Maybe they starts the platform that morning. We want beautiful thing. I want some beautiful couple. We know John did them. Check and see what how many people for comments under. Even people will be like, some of those kind of negative comments, or people will not even comment. Within them, they don't even accept it because we are so negatively inclined. That's where we are going to. We want to see negative things. So on social media, the things they complain about, that's what you want to copy and paste in your relationship. You get up that morning. For example, maybe Deli is talking about her matter. Now that morning when you call look your husband face on a woman face, your face looks like you've been kayamatized. And then it becomes a problem. It becomes a problem you want to quarrel. That morning, maybe there is a case that came on social media and somebody was trying to say some things that actually could prove that the husband is cheating. Now, then my sister one copy and you go paste and say, I remember 5 years ago, you did the same thing. I'm sure you cheated. And then you start looking the problem. You cheated on this, something like this. Now, let's even look at these things. We're talking about surprises, right? When we talk about wanting to surprise somebody, like these beautiful things I said I want to copy on social media, it's not about me copying. It's about how do I paste it when I copy it. You get up on one fruitful morning, you see somebody doing something beautiful for the wife. You have no idea for how long this man has been planning. And even if he started planning it last week, maybe his bank account is swollen. And then that day, you start feeling like you swallow an apple, you don't swallow away, chewing. You can barely talk to your husband at home. Because last time I reached my own 40 years. So whom I wait 40 years do have wait to happen. You have no idea. You have no idea what that man went through. And these are the things that we say you don't know what is happening behind, behind the curtains. You don't know what people go through to try to put a smile on the faces of their spouses. All in all, you know your husband well, you know your wife well, you know what you people are going through, you know what you can offer. So it's a little bit unreasonable, I would say, for you to see somebody doing something very big on Facebook and you want to paste it at home when you know that your husband or your wife is not capable of doing nothing. Can you do it? Is it your level? There was a post today, I think I was on phone with Dele and then I was laughing. I saw on somebody's status, it was so funny. The guy, oh God, it actually occurred to me like this thing really, it's going with this topic Denzel was talking about. The guy was like, this is the question he asked the girlfriend. Babe, what's are you day? What's are you day? And this is the girl's response. I did go me and my friend for go receive money where he masters, where he boyfriend and he where he no ask her. Can you get someone's response? I'd go me and my friend for go money where he boyfriend and he where he no ask her.
Oh my God.
Then an explanation to who's are you day? Simple question, who's are you day? Well, my friend where he boyfriend and he no ask her. The message is not that you're going to collect money. The message is that the boyfriend sends money that the girlfriend did not ask. So you know how. When you start sending money, you are not asking.
Yeah.
Yes, in all of this, copy. Our problem, our negative side is not about copying. It's about not being able to post. And just so we know before we make this big mistake, it's not everything you see on social media that you'll be able to do. Be realistic. Social media has those things that we can't steal. We cannot. I always see what you show me.
Yeah, of course.
Until the day I will be in your house, I won't be able to know a lot of things. And guess what? Even if I come to your house to spend a weekend, I won't know a lot of things.
Definitely.
Because you can choose to show me what you want to show me.
Yeah.
So for me to pop up on social media, and I'm like, hey, everyone is living the best of their lives except me. That's where the mistake comes in. People show what they want to show. And then you copy what you can paste if it works with you. So I will still say negativity is just the fact that we copy and we cannot paste. One negative point.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Emma.
After I don't talk like 600 points there, you said I 1 minute. Wow.
More let's see what she has to say again. Yeah, let's see what she has to say. Yeah, I think I learned a lot of things. I learned a lot of things from Emma's discussion. Be careful of what you copy from the social media, because the things that I post are those things that I want you to see. Like she said, bad news spread past even good news, and this is something that I have really noticed nowadays. Like bad news, boom, they don't reach. Good news, who has the good news? Nobody wants to spread the good news. But in as much as it is bad, pregnant with some criticism, it's everywhere. It's like people are planning that you should do something bad, so they should talk about it. That's the way, like literally, that is the way I see it. People are praying, especially like with our bloggers of today. I'm sorry to say this, Dele. With our bloggers of today, right? It's like they are praying that you should do something bad, that you should have a content to talk about. That's the way I see it. Because there's positive things. Let me give you an example. The case of the lady who, I've forgotten her name, who posted with a bikini, right? There were people who commented positive about her body and other, like she was in a pool, something like that. But you know, the comments are bloggers too, the negative ones.
Yeah.
Because people comment, I saw positive comments like, she's looking good, a married woman looking this beautiful, you know. Those things are positive, but our bloggers, they filter all those ones, put them in the trash, and take the negative ones and make the news with. And I was like, wow. But that is our world of today. We just have to be careful how we deal with it. So, Dele, let me bring you in now. Me and over talk before you can cut my neck. Just come in, tell us what the one negative side before we go back to Emma.
Right. So, guys, you guys have literally exhausted everything. First of all, shout out to all of you who are joining. My Mbe is there. Okay, Mbe Ansaki too. Shout out to you. So Mbe Ansaki too is sorry.
It's a report. It report me for you. You don't.
Yeah. So he's reporting the two of you. Like the two of you are on here every Friday talking, even at the background, but you're not friends on social media. We're not be friends for Facebook. So what is happening is one man defeat, then the defeat too big for send friend request for B. B2 defeat too big for send friend request for Denzel. At the end of the day, I don't know what you people are doing here. Now Nasabi if una care one be friend out. Hi, take concern me. They mind your business, so people their relationship, them this okay, guys. So I had to change my position, okay, because I'm charging my phone. So just so we know that, yeah. So downsides of social media on our relationship is a lot. Hopefully, I don't exhaust. I say that one of the main ones for me is it jinx. Putting your relationship on social media, it jinxes it. Social media jinxes relationships. And let me explain this. Have you guys noticed that the moment you put your relationship on social media, problems start?
Yes.
I don't know if it's a spirit about behind this thing, but somehow, have you noticed that the moment you put your relationship on social media, okay, we've been dating or we are dating now, and then it's official. Ask Answer Kitu. That way Answer Kitu really put me for social media. Problem. Only messages when we get our inbox. Tell me we are in now the day we would hide me for background. People they don't know. No problem. Then we are peace.
So I don't talk say go for social media, go denounce all the other women them.
You see, I was having all sorts of bad clothes with Answer Kitu. The one day they can't write me as and say, you are Answer Kitu na ha. The one day they go write as and say, I said, that's what na ha. So that we decide we say we are off social media. So not see them on social media. Our love is behind.
It's too flirtatious. Who be being na you na Emma?
I'm telling you.
I don't know. At some point, I don't dash you for Emma because I don't think handle the flirting ass for social media.
I don't dash you for community. I don't think God now. She don't deny.
Answer my brother. You see a lie. You see a lie.
If it's for my inbox. Answer Kitu, I catch you again for my inbox. I'll deal with it.
And right. So I said that it sort of jinxes it not even sort of it jinxes relationship. Somehow you put your relationship on social media, there is just a spirit. It just somehow most of the relationships that you put on social media fail. Not necessarily that something you had a serious problem. Problems will come from everywhere. Somehow, what's going on? You cannot tell. And just like Emanuela said, people are prone to wanting bad news than good news. So see, trust me, you see when you put your beautiful picture with your spouse or with your partner on social media, and you have about, let's just say on an average, you have 100 comments, right? In those 100 commenters, only about 5 really mean well for you. And I mean it.
That's true.
Only maximum na 5. And those 5 will probably be your wife or your husband or your partner. You comment and you 2 sister them, or you 1 sister and you 1 brother, and then your sister.
And so one neighbor, it really.
And so one neighbor, no, the neighbor says they will, because have you heard this comment on social media of recent where they talk say that heartbreak must go round. Some person they really cry. Some people they tell them, they say that heartbreak it gets to go round, it will reach all man. That is to tell you the number of the degree at which people are willing and ready to feed on negativity. Yeah. Trust me, when you bring your marriage pictures on social media, they see 99%, and I'm not exaggerating. Now my own statistics, anyways. Yeah. See, trust me, they want it to break, and they will say, "I said it." Those I said it people, I said it gang. They want it to break. And I'm asking myself, what's the point? You're not here to teach people anything. On special occasions, you can celebrate your spouse. For those who insist on putting it there, their birthdays, if you even care. And I started to ask myself, you did put this social media, this thing for social media, you want to celebrate your spouse. Some people have not said good happy birthday to their spouses, living in the same house on the same bed. Thank you. They for social media for tell the world, say their partner be 1 year older today, they never tell the partner. Yeah. Can you see that? Just to translate to exactly what Denzel was talking about, people going to restaurants. Now you have beautiful pictures that the 2 of you have sat. You are not intentional about that moment to build it and to enjoy it, but you want the world. So somehow we are more concerned about what the world thinks about us than our spouses. I got to that level, I said, bullshit. I'm not dealing with the world. I'm married to somebody. I have a life out of social media. This is my office. I don't cook. How many of you cook in your office? For those of you who are teachers, how many of you bring your children and your husbands to your office? This is my own office. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to be doing this. Whatever you want to think, because there's this pressure that people who bring their relationships on social media put on themselves. Now, okay, last week I celebrated his birthday. My own birthday, the one can wait to get a genuine problem as partner. Ain't not really feel for put on. Now he's forced to put it to prove a point to the world that we stay together. There are couples who are going through a lot of things. They just need to stay off social media to fix it. But because they have constantly made the world feel like they are the highest couple on earth, they have to somehow camouflage. And when you keep doing that, you're spending time feeding the whole world, but you and your partner are not having genuine conversation and genuine love that you are supposed to show each other. Taking your partner to a restaurant and you people are snapping left, right, center and doing every other thing, but you are angry. Some people don't feel vexed, so they don't even chop the chop self. But social media they already show their location for the place where they did, and show their food where they be chopping. They took me out. They bought this.
Someday we took different bus back home.
Advertise the relationship. Some of them even take different bosses. Advertise the relationships to the whole world, okay? But yourself. When you go out, and if it's a romantic date, I personally think all phones should be switched off. If your phone, like some of us who do our offices on social media, who always have notifications, who always want to check. And this is one thing, in all honesty, that I'm dealing with. Having to have a decent conversation with somebody and not having to bother about what is happening on the page to fix it. So I would have to be intentional about that, to switch off my phone and say, you know what, I respect you enough to not hold my phone when you're talking, because it's huge disrespect. And I'm saying that I deal with that. I struggle with that a lot. So at the end of the day, this is what's happening. Because there are people, now I'm asking myself, what is the point trying to prove that I'm happy to people who don't care? See, people don't give a rat's ass about you, sweetheart. They don't. That's why when celebrities or any other person comes out crying, guess what? People, we are blocked. We use and we like content to, sweetheart. You bring me content. Nothing so would be sorry. The people who say they pray for you, nobody pray for you. Nobody is praying for you. You better not be praying for yourself. So I'm asking myself, what's the point? It's obvious that most people want your downfall, and especially it's obvious that social media is a trap like that, and most people come there and you're trapped. Your relation, that's when people start taking your pictures. You don't know places where your pictures have gone to. You don't know what people have downloaded your picture and done with. You don't even know where the problem is coming from your marriage, because the heart of Bible says the heart of man is desperately wicked. That's desperate. Wait, let me say, there is reason for wicked, but each are defining wickedness. So you could be here and your relationship has broken because of somebody you don't know. And I'm telling you, you could be here, somebody is praying on their knees, however that works, for your relationship to break. You've never met the person, you've never seen the person. Now, what is the point trying to feed them with more information to break you down? People who care about you don't come on social media to know before social media. It is behind the scenes. And I always say that relationships not before social media are behind the scenes.
Behind the scene.
The pressure is way too much for you to constantly feed people. The pressure is way too much for you to be able to keep this happy couple thingy on social media, and you will break down. That's why you get into depression. On the flip side, I don't over talk though. Let me just round up on this. On the flip side, those who post, okay, those who post, again, could be the author of some other people's depressions. In the sense that you're posting those things and people are relying on you. Like I always tell you people, I don't post my relationship on social media based on an agreement with my spouse. But most importantly, I run this sort of platform. I don't want you to feel like that's the standard of your relationship, because trust me, people listen to us. They look at us. They want to wear the same wig because they think it's going to fit them. They want to wear the same hat. They want to wear your kind of that same top you're wearing, because they look at it like, I could try it. Because somehow we are models to a lot of people out there. And when we who post relationships out there post it, we're telling them that this is the standard. Because if it's not the standard, what are you trying to show? That this is how it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be feeding Bay like this. You're supposed to be doing all of this. And somehow they who cannot afford these things, they start feeling bad about themselves. You start thinking, okay, you see, Sinas and Deli Omas, I don't do this for you, do this for you, do that for you, and then me, and if you do and too, I start feeling less of myself. Okay, so it's not just, it doesn't just work like, okay, because it could, why are you posting? The reason you're posting it for, what is the purpose? We could understand special occasions. We could understand special, once in a while, but that daily and posting thing, I say it's a dysfunction. Most people who are doing that is a camouflage.
It is. Because
man we don't marry, no, say. For the be even for inside house, for the be happy with your spouse every day, nah. They call that it's a fast. It doesn't happen. You wake up some week, so only busybody. That affection a day for the one for you for one show we every day say we are 247 happy. You're a big. You're a lie. You're a big lie. And I feel so sorry for people who spoil their own relationships because they are busy competing with you. Seriously.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, Deli. Thank you so much for that. I think that was some powerful take on there. And we so far we have discussed a lot of things, and I just want to contribute a little bit of what you said. There is a scientific research and proving that most people who post regularly about their relationships are dealing with some issues. I'm going to use a very fresh example of Tonto Dike. I love her. I respect her. I've made, I think, 2 times posts on my wall regarding her breakup. I was really like rooting for her, for this relationship to work. But now that the thing has collapsed, do you see the take that she's on, posting and trying to prove that she's tough, she's depressed? I'm not just saying this. I have a diploma in behaviorist, so I know what I'm talking about. The signs that she's showing, all that
depression, 100% depression. Yeah.
People might not understand these things, but I know what I'm talking about. And a lot of people understand as well. So when you are happy, that is not, how can I put it? That's not how someone who is happy behaves. That's not how they carry themselves. They carry themselves differently.
Exactly.
They do not even need to show it to that extent. A post could be okay, but if it's continual, like every 2 hours, it means wherever you are, that's cheery hot for your last. I just want people to get that. And they also talked about how people they try for proof a point, or like you made an example of a birthday stuff that I bought you that, or I took you to that restaurant, or I posted you and I want you to do the same for me. This is really bad, and it is killing modern day relationship. Okay, there is a golden rule that says, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. Now, I made a post about this. When it comes to relationship, you have to flip that golden rule. Not as you would want them to do unto you. Do unto others as they would want you to do unto them. When you do that, like, let's say I'm married to Deli, and Deli took me to Paris on my birthday, and on her birthday, let me say she took me to Paris, right? And on her birthday, I'm taking her to Paris. That means if she took me to Paris without me liking to go to Paris, she did that for herself, not for me. I don't know if people understand the logic there. She did that for herself, not for me.
Right.
So do unto others as they would want you to do to them. Let's say I don't want to go to Paris, maybe I just want to sit at home, have cake with some few lovely family members. That's all I want. probably not going to Paris or buy me some expensive stuff. But those things are good as well. But you have to be logical when you are doing them. Make sure your partner loves them, and that's exactly what they expect or they want you to do to them. Not that you're pleasing yourself and you think that you're doing it for them. So that's just it. They talk about a lot of things that I love. Hey, my mentor told me this, that your problems that are happening to you, 98% of the population, they are happy. They are happy it happens to you.
Yes.
And 2% do not even care.
They don't even care. What are you talking about?
They don't even care. So we should be very careful how we pick up these things, what we do and what we don't do. So I just let me drop in that and let's move forward. Emma, I want to really hear because your first time the way you talking, I'm curious to see how.
I read the talk so I forget say the be see the point.
No, you never see that when you talk now. Only time my own point the way they ever see them.
I want you to talk say it over talk.
So let's
hear another one point though.
Okay, thanks so much. I mean, before I even forget, you really said something nice. What you are gifting your partner, they don't want it because Answer Kitu, no go buy me bone straight way so that I need now.
You don't talk about drawing where you get to draw me since Answer Kitu. If I blow you powder for the London.
Answer Kitu na really community based. Here are two men they fight you for one platform.
If I blow Answer Kitu powder for the London, you'll draw me the night now.
Then when you say two women, Quinta then are the watch way Quinta na part of Answer Kitu be.
I don't die me.
It's matter. You go buy me bone straight hair. Anyway, I remember Answer Kitu because he keeps asking like, where are the comments? I don't know if Deli is seeing the comments on her dashboard and we are not seeing because
I can't see. People are just enjoying. They're not commenting. I don't know why.
Not communicating. Anyway, there's another point I want to bring forward. Another negative point. No, I fix myself because on this point, no, it matter. See, guys, let me come close before I say this thing. When I see this unnecessary flirting online, no, when I stop her. When I stop her. Don't say my spouse understands.
They Answer Kitu today for you. I hope say they, if you know they Quinta, please start Answer Kitu.
Answer Kitu me here wait till I show go talk. See, whether we like it or not, flirting has destroyed a lot of relationships.
It is. It has.
Yes. Let me not speak for others. But I understand when once in a while I see you flirting around. You're my husband and you spend your time on social media. Under all women that comment, then the flirt for the flirt left, center, right. You're my wife and I see you flirting around with every other man. Then the ones that if I want to demand it, they get a six-pack or they're huge, they stand for all, but no huge and stand for all. I mean, guys, come on.
Answer Kitu get six-pack. How get it the wrong way, man?
Answer Kitu say wrong back. This flirting thing. Honestly, married men, married women, trust me about this. This is serious. It's very serious. Let's not take people's hearts for granted. The worst is, you know that situation where you're on social media, you're very active, but your spouse is not that active type on social media. Yet they get to follow your comments and your engagements on social media. All your life now, woman, then you talk with them. All your life now, man, you talk with them.
Oh, you get a picture on social media. Wow. You look lovely.
Wow. You look beautiful. You send kiss. You send hearts. You send this one. You celebrate all women that birthday there for Facebook with all better caption there. You are a sweetheart. You're a darling or your what? No. See, in case you were thinking it's different, that thing now you guys are doing, it's just the same like you and your master should don't want a front door so get one pass equal eye for you. For me, it's not the same. Yes, it's the same. You and your master should not front door and get one pass. Don't look at people and say, wow, he get ass. Or when I don't, she don't each time when see any guy, wow, six pack. Oh, yeah, man, no look like say even to the war one comes and you ever get six pack for life. Wow, six pack. Oh, wow. I got married as a kid. I know very well. So even if they draggy, you know, go talk. I spent all my life for the companion people that they dance and people that protect to see heights. What am I expecting? Like he should understand.
Mm-hmm.
In as much as we think we can joke with some things, people
Denzel is guilty of this point too. There's the queen. Darling, see how hold there's a neck press him. There's a queen. My queen, the whole place. Queen kill you there.
Queen kill you there.
Okay, I've seen it now. Guilty of what?
You're guilty. You're guilty. Now it's my
Guilty
queen.
of what?
Hey, queen.
Hello, queen. Hello, queen.
No.
Don't be aware. They don't come from inside there's an inbox. Hi, king. Hi, prince.
It's a high king.
Hi, king. Hi. Hello, gorgeous. Hello.
No, I don't use those. I don't use those words. I know how implicative those words. Especially with our women of now. Those anyway, words mean things. Okay, so
Somebody want to call woman. They say queen. The whole place say queen. I queen.
Imagine
queen for which town? For which village?
About this thing is this. It finally now look at how it finally turns around and can destroy even your marriage, because you will do this thing. You will not end on social media because your spouse is watching. Now, you know, say social media, they're not the streets. Any kind of person, you cannot tame everybody on social media. They see some of these jokes that you do. Before you know it, they're in your inbox. Hi, King, how far? You look good today. I just came to tell you how you look good. And then you engage in a communication because you are kind of, I don't want to be rude. I don't want to ignore people. And then before you know it, tomorrow you have a small misunderstanding on social media. Bam. I want you to pass for some corner, so somebody blast my husband seriously for this. Can you imagine the level of disrespect?
It is.
Like, as I said something, yeah, he said something very good. Like, he doesn't have complex. I understand that, yeah. If you like the way he communicates, you know he doesn't have complex. But I'm using you, babe, because you're the best I can use right now.
Would worry in a warrior.
Yeah,
for that matter. If no one use a one use we be.
I want to use we be again. No, matter I'm supposed to find you, but he's the only person I can use. And guess what? I'm using him because Answer Kitu is not everyone. I'm trying to say this. We have people, a lot of people watching us, and people take these things differently. Not everyone is Answer Kitu. Hey, before you go on there, start watching, looking at his comments and be like, why my guy not be like the Answer Kitu way the understanding? Why my husband not be like everyone? People have their ways of, approaching things or receiving things. In a nutshell, reduce your level of flirtation. They are over comments with the comments. Say I don't talk now. They say I don't know my man. That's it. They are still where you over comment. Thank you, there's a phone. I call my name here. I beg. Hello.
Okay, thank you so much for that take. I think that is it's noted, and a lot of people have really commented on it and they endorse what you say, which is a good thing. And comparison, I think that's what people need to. I think you really talked on that. People need to be careful with the things that people they comment on and the kind of things that people compare, because there are couples that you'll see couples like people who hold hands, people who like going on places, post their moments, and when you compare these things, it helps now to destroy your own relationship, because you are kind of like you want to live the same standard or the same lifestyle with your spouse, and if your spouse cannot afford this lifestyle, started thinking, like probably he's unromantic, probably he doesn't want to join the social media community of showing their spouses and all that. Like for me personally, I love healthy boundaries. That's the first thing. And unfortunately, I am married to someone that it's not a social media type of a person. And I'm glad because we have laid down boundaries on that. And there was a time where we even wanted to, she wanted to come a little bit on social media with things like that. But it was quite unfortunate, I would say, for her. She switches job, you know, and started working out with one American. I will not go through the detail, but this company from America was like, you are not supposed to, like, you need to mind what you're posting. They are really scrutinized. You need to know what you're doing. People watch you. So people need to understand where they are. For me, I think it is Emma was trying to explain this thing for her. People like they show the good side of their relationship, right? If my lady was that kind of someone who is full of social media, like let's cook together, let's teach. Like I'm more of a teacher. Let's teach people how they can live and have a healthy relationship, not without boundaries. Of course, do that with boundaries. Okay, but I want people to learn how to have a healthy relationship. So I'm going to bring now Dele, probably to give us your second negative side on what we are talking about.
I think this about the 14th negative side of what we're talking about.
Yeah, it's good. Let's deal with it. And after that, we'll have a break.
You know, when you're talking, I'm writing just so that I don't write for my answer. They did like cartouche. Why I write in my paper don't fall and I don't want to go down, you know. So what did I even write? Let me talk on answer key 2 before I get into it. See, now when we say these things, I need us to have a balance, okay? You know, what Emma has said really makes sense and it's true for the most part. Now, with the example that she used, I need you all to understand. Answer key 2 is a very sociable person, very confident, very lively, you know, and he takes social media as a playground. If you don't know him, let me tell you, if answer kiss you chat you, so they chat you past kind inbox, if you joke and joke.
Not ever take it seriously. Not ever
joke. Listen, I joke before you go in the grease. Before you go grease, that's true. I love where they love you. Now joke when you joke. If you take answer key too serious at your own risk, just so we know, and your own spouse is not necessarily the way he is. Now, answer could be there. We already call it saying bae, and we know our limits. We know we're just joking, and everybody understands that. That's for you for things that you follow answer key, you have a dysfunction. You get problem. For you for things say Emma the date answer key to or Quinta the date, you have a serious problem. Okay, such people you never know their relationships. You don't know how it is. And for whoever he is dating or engaged to, that person understands his personality and is game with it. Is okay with it. Your own no then so. Your partner no like his social media, but it is still can spy, might still be spying and getting angry over the things that are being done up there, and you will not compare. So we just so that we understand that everybody's partner is different. The way they perceive information, the way they their personality.
Yeah.
Okay, their personality type, just so that we understand. And then another thing for you to, it's okay to have Denzel call women, which is not okay by me anyways, but I get his style. That's his style. Like I call my followers delicious. That's his own way of calling them anyways. But
I call them queens.
Queen and queen, hello queen.
But I call men to king as well. So why is that not a problem?
Yeah, because you're not be payday, so you understand that one. But you be hater, you be straight. You're a straight guy, so it goes with the women more than the men. Now let me say this, guys. So I was saying that with Denzel could go about calling them queens, and it's okay as long as that's not the same name you call your partner at home. I can't be calling my husband delicious. Hello, delicious. What's fun?
Hello, delicious.
You know when you take name where you call your better half, because these are the kind of things that will really stress. And I needed to make this point clear.
Yeah.
I could call you dear. That's as far as it gets. I could call you darling, sweetheart. But I have a special name for my spouse that I never call anybody by that. Yeah. So and he will not bother about the other names because he knows that those ones are just casual. You understand? Like I said, the dynamics is different for every relationship. But if you call your wife say queen Other woman then too, queen. They want talk, you call the one say sweetheart. They want talk, you call your partner. It makes the entire thing is so diluted and it has no power. So when I call you sweetheart or honey or darling, I know that you know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to express my love for you and show you how much I value you. You're a sweetheart. But if I have to sweetheart every other person, it just means it is any other name like Cyril, Neba, Ngwa, B. Like that. That's how it is. No, for real. So know your spouse, have boundaries, respect them. There's a name that is unique to them, a pet name that is unique to them that you don't have to. So if you want to be doing whatever you're doing on social media, you know, and Answer Kitsu goes by the name Mbe. We call Mbe for social. And I can tell that if he has to do with his partner, he may work a coin as Mbe. So you see, the partner knows that I'm special, you know, I'm different, you know, and all of that. So, you know, and then another thing, this loss of jobs. See, a lot of you have lost opportunities and you don't even know it. So when we talk about the downsides of posting your stuff on social media, you don't know that you have betrayed yourselves by just doing that. Now, one of these by Delicious actually came to me and she was crying, at least with the emojis that they send, you know, the emotions that they're trying to express at that time. And so she said to me, oh, Mommy Deli, my elder brother has just decided to stop paying my school fee. This and that. He has been sending me to school, blah, blah, blah. So you know that I'm not moved by tears when I'm counseling. And if you can't cry, well, don't cry, dry your eye, then I ask you a question. And so I'm like, your brother has been sending you to school. Your brother doesn't just wake up. Just suddenly stopped to send you for school. And then he forwarded the brother's text to me, and the brother's text read that this is the same way who tell person send this person to school and he go end up carry belle. This is also the same way tell person send this person and this person go end up. I don't want you to go and carry belle. So the girl now projected that side of carry belle, say brother they talk to carry belle. I mean, like, your brother is not stupid. Your brother is educated. He's abroad, so he's enlightened. He cannot just wake up and say, I will stop sending you to school because you will carry belle when you never prove for you say there is a chance that you will carry belle.
Yeah.
So what do you do before your brother is here? Why? He don't send you for school. Why suddenly? And for there it says, so the brother was saying, because I posted on social media that about my boyfriend, but it was just a joke. I just posted it. I said, see, it has cost you something. See it. Yeah. If you want to prove to the whole world that you have a boyfriend, be ready to understand that those are your chances you're jeopardizing. Your relationship with other persons. There are people who will step behind knowing that you have a relationship, potential suitors, even your family members. And the brother went ahead and told them that since you have a boyfriend, let him pay your school fee. You see? So I want you to understand, those of you people that always say you come on social media, it's my life, it's my life. You have a family. And some people post their boyfriends and they get away with it. Some of you are begging from people to survive. And when they notice that you're living a frivolous lifestyle or you have boyfriend that title where come with responsibility, excuse me. You don't come and present boyfriend and then you still can beg we more. No, go to your boyfriend. Go back where they take care for you, because you cannot be bragging about somebody and you need to help you. So that boyfriend in position, or the husband in position, or the fiance, and guess what? He was even fiance. I think it's a fiance. The thing we don't reach. Your brother sits abroad. He's taking care of you. Doesn't even know you're in a relationship. Talk more of engaging, and then he gets to still pay your school fee. Your fiance is getting married to you. Let him do that. He's capable, and if you can show him to the whole world. In essence, you're telling people that I am of age, I am responsible for my actions. I don't need any more suitors, because if you don't get for level for fiance, it means I'm committed and don't come. And my fiance can take care of me. Okay? So sometimes you keep things private, not necessarily because you two know to get relationship with someone. The people these things will affect, and I keep insisting. You posting, it could affect, and it could have a rightful effect on you. That's what you should understand. That. Yeah. Just so we know, people have stopped talking to you based on things you have posted on social media, but they will not tell you That's what happened. People have stopped giving you jobs or calling you for opportunities because of a comment or a post or something you made. You've gone for interviews, they have checked your profile. That is the easiest way people know you.
Yeah.
They check your profile, they don't tell you, because that's like I said at the beginning, that's the easiest way to have a background check on anybody nowadays.
Yeah.
So what do you think? So these are the things, those are the downsides of it. And most of you sit there, you carry a relationship and come and put there. Before you know it, they don't go blackmail you for some site, take some information. Mutual friends have already connected and know that person. If you comment for some person picture, they don't tell you information about people. And then before you know it, that contract, I beg, I don't see them. You start asking yourself, what have I done? Keep it off social media. You don't owe anybody a perfect. I always say, I don't owe you a perfect relationship. I don't. I don't owe anybody a perfect relationship. If you want to see perfect relationship, go and watch them in movies. That's where perfect relationships exist. So that just so that we understand that, I had to make that point clear. Yeah. And people even go to the fact the extent of blocking. I do that a lot. You block some people you don't want, potentially you don't even block your boss. No. My boss knows I block my boss. Not see my pen. Before you ask me question, I don't answer them. I block you one time. I don't get energy to answer question.
Okay, wow. I think that was another good point from Deli's side, which I totally agree with a lot of things that she talked about. We have to be really careful, especially when someone is not your husband. When you're legally married to someone, it's another ball game. That is your husband. Okay. Now, okay, you're off the market. I think logically it makes sense that when you, like, from a man's perspective, when you say you are in a relationship, I have, like, the way I reason, I cannot approach you. You're taking, except I'm someone kind of crazy guy who do not care. But
they don't give up, do they? They continue.
Yeah, once you post that you are in a relationship, a single man will reasons know that that woman is taking. So why trying to prove a point that you are taking, whereas you are not? And when we talk about taking, it's the ring. That is where you are taking. That is, you're married. So
my bride price, not the ring, brother.
No, I mean, like, officially everything, court wedding, I mean, a court signature and everything. That shows that you are completely taken. So we should understand when you post these things, it happens like that. And I'm glad Deli has to really take it from that part. I don't know. I feel like I should say a little bit of this, why I call men and women, or women and men, king and queens. Basically, this comes from how, like, I was reading some books about Black women in particular, right? And the things that Black women have been through, how they have survived a couple of humiliation and all those things. And some women, they have lost that identity of who they are, and giving them, like, they do not know that they are king and queens. This is a book from one American novelist. So, but when you call them queen and kings, it reminds them of their heritage, that we are coming from somewhere and we have this power within us. It's just a way of giving people, like, make them see their value, that there's something in them. But I understand the other side of it too, how people can misinterpret that and take it for something else. Because we are human. Yeah, we are human. So I just said, let me drop that. Deli have said a lot of beautiful things. Still on the negative side, I will come now to Emma. But before I go to her, I just want to say that on my own side, the negative things are, like, it leads to jealousy. It leads to jealousy, that's one. And two, it gives you an unrealistic expectation, or like an unrealistic view of what relationship is all about. You like Dele was talking about perfection. You feel like when you see those things, that's how it's supposed to be. No, it's not supposed to be like that. And another negative side is it makes you disconnect. There is no connection between you and your spouse or between you and the man or the woman that you are with. There's a disconnection between the two of you. So I said, let me just drop in that. Dele, you can send us a man so she can come and give us just one more point.
There's one more point. Okay. Another point about social media and relationships, then I have this impression that social media has made women flirtatious a lot, young girls. Why do I say so? You know, while we were growing up, I know things actually changed. But while we were growing up, before 1 year since I some get chat some boy no.
Now I'm chatting Emma.
Before 1 year since I some don't get courage for go for some boy got to say, bro, you see, so I like you. It no be easy. You the end after way, sometimes you know these guys who actually kiss and tell guys. But I say after, like, hey, you know, so their friend doesn't I be chat me. And why it talk because they consider saying that disgrace no, like a guy is not seeing it nama. But you see this media or this time, this social media area. Young girls watching me. It's not like I'm saying you shouldn't do it, oh. Do it, auntie. Do it.
So you're actually encouraging young girls to go and be chatting the man.
Yes, so sister, do it. In fact, get into the inboxes of all the handsome men on social media. Anyone who says they make better comments, get into his inbox. Say hello, hi. You see the social media. We might not tell you what to do with your life. But guess what? There are always people there waiting for you when it doesn't work out well. Whether, you know, there's some things that I always say, like, whether we accept or not right, we are still in that area where even men believe that they need to chase something. But this area where women know that it's very easy for them to get into inboxes and make advances at men, it's backs, you know, the way it backfire for them, right? It backfires in a way that it's usually really terrible. Honestly, I'm shocked when I really hear, you know, men start talking about, hey, if you know, the girl right enter my inbox, so the girl, I find it, let me just give something. There's something that went, I think that I don't know which blog. Something happened recently on a blog, and I was like, really? If young girls could learn, I don't know how much we could learn, but social media might not be your friend all the time. You know why? You might forget. The good thing about social media is that if you forget, we will remind you in future. Social media involves never forget. They don't forget to. They will remind you in future when you have forgotten. If there's something you need to tell your children and you are afraid that you know what set alarm. Can't tell you for social media, we won't get a problem. When that time don't reach, what hell you tell your people? There was a post on a blog. One man came on a blog and he made a post about, like, I think 2 celebrities. I think it was Mr. Leo and another guy. I don't know the other guy. But he was asking a question, you know, like Mr. Leo with his 6 packs and this guy with a lot of money. Which one are you going to choose? No, I don't just see posts. I see people they engage and they give the option. And also post on end. 2 days later, a rebroadcast of that last post come back. I'm like, what is happening?
Don't I know from Gosava this social media? I was wondering, Emma.
There was a lady when he posted that first post, right? There was a lady who came like, hey, I don't like men who come and show money on social media. Like, he blasts the other guy. He'd be like, I will go for Mr. And you know what that happened? This particular lady don't get into that particular guy inbox. Like, hey, hi, handsome. When are you coming to Bamenda?
Actually flirting with the guy.
Yes.
The guy with the money.
The thing post them.
I'm looking forward to you. Now the guy post them because how they post the thing as they read comments, you see the way that get blasty. It's like me, I go now the blast Denzel. Why don't enter inside Denzel inbox? Whether I forget, or I feel so I don't know.
But you
So
see,
Denzel
anyway, just round up. Just round up.
So what I'm trying to say is the things we do, the way they can backfire. It's not like I'm kind of like this guy, what he did, that when I'm talking, that's why I say kiss and tell. These men who are not even mature themselves. But guess what? You go and you're trying to run down somebody you flirted with inbox just because you think like people will not know. No, girl. When you do that, you should be very careful. So me social media don't make una feel say, okay, we don't already change. Days they don't change now. A woman they feel the ask men them out. We are still there. You can make yourself available, but we still stand in that position. We know now men them the chess. At least maybe in 2065, or something that level when a woman they now go the chess. But we are not there yet.
Wow. Wow.
Hey man, I was just that one here and I was social for
that's just not easy. They can't change the name for social media. If you get to change.
where
Yeah,
anyway.
but I think that's really sad. It is really sad that a guy, after like something that happened, I don't know how long, and because someone did something there, you feel like the person is bashing on you. You had the guts to go back to your inbox, do a screenshot, and post that now to humiliate the female, or even if it happened to the other gender, humiliating the man. It's sickening, Like, why would people like? If some of us we have to come out and say things that people have said, the social media go broke.
And that's true, Denzel.
Social media go broke. Like I had a misunderstanding with someone, and I made a post, and this person, his sister come say at the one chase, how do they call it? A cruise. So I don't use that person.
Yeah, that's something. Now you post, you want chase? I'm like, we chase cloud with you, really?
Yeah, so I don't want to take cruise for that person, and I'm like this is like from what you just explained, Emma, is the exact thing. Then I would have just gone now to my inbox, do a screenshot, post it like, hey, you say I want to do cruise, I want cash cruise for your sister in name. Look at what she has been saying before now. It's crazy. Why would you do something like that?
Yeah.
Why would you do something like that? So anyway, this is why we are saying we will always have people like this. And money does not make a man responsible. Money does not qualify you a husband or a responsible guy. People have money all over the place today. Young people with no brain, they are filthy rich. They have cars and all that. But if you chase those things, then you're doomed. So Deli, hey, let me bring you in. I would like you to give just one point, and from there now we'll move now like the solution. Where can people take their problems to? Maybe for the next 10 minutes, then we can call it off for the day.
Before that, Emma talked about this. See, every lady listening to me, may God deliver you people from the spirit of Mpopogri. Mpopogri spirit, every one of you. May God deliver all of us from the spirit of Mpopogri. Because I don't get how immature, that's the height of immaturity, that somebody would, because so me and Emma don't share secrets then to talk what's in the background. Me and Emma get problem today. We just wake up on social media and start move Emma on the belly. Emma move on the belly, stop over there, move your own stuff and really, and we can still look at our faces in the mirror and say, like that's the some of
each other. If you and Dele expose each other, Facebook goes rata.
And we say, she don't so just decide say one being at this idiot then, because that's how I see you. You are in Mpopogri. You're in Popo. For those of you who understand what I'm saying, you're in Mpopogri to true.
I don't understand.
You don't understand Mpopogri. If you don't understand, that means you were not meant to understand Mpopogri. Spirit of Mpopogri. So let me just say this, guys. That's the height of immaturity. So can people get to the level where you know your limits on social media, that people confided in you? When I just imagine this one day, I just wake up vex. Take all una secret, how money secret ever tell me with the platform. Cameroon go burn. If when I find way to destroy Cameroon, I just come for me. From DNA test them, from adultery cases, from fornication cases, from lies telling, from all of these things. But all of those things, because you have to get to that level where people can trust you, even when you turn out to be enemies.
Yeah.
Okay, because I don't see anybody who can become my enemy today and then I wake up side and go expose you. Not because they don't do something to vex me, but because I don't work. I'm intentional about my reputation, because that doesn't just bring you down as a child or as an epitome of immaturity. It just shows that it just bring down the person. It also shows how petite you are, you know. So that's how I don't understand. Because you're doing that if people always show the conversation, like people will go and take screenshot of conversations that works for them. What in your own conversation do you know?
That's exactly what they do.
Yeah.
You have also said things because you've taken a chart. Most likely you were not interested in the lady. I guess so, because if you were interested in the lady, you wouldn't have posted that. Now you are not interested in this lady, then you get to the point where you can possibly take that particular chart. Trust me, that particular guy or whoever he is, if there was other guy box the back they gave for it.
Of course.
Another downside of this thing is nudes. You see when I was sometimes we're having this conversation and people are saying marriages are breaking now. Our parents never used to have opportunity to speak. Our mothers were dying in marriages and all of that. That's why the marriages are not working and all of that. I say crap, that's fat bullshit. We are this generation we have produced manufactured things that are at our own detriment. You see this thing of nudes. Our parents never used to know about nudes. They never used to know about it. Now nudes don't come now. Social media. Now if you send nudes now, one nude for 10,000 people, when the nudes don't leak, we don't know who be sending nudes. Finally, if you sending nudes now for who? They want to check there. Now you expose my nudes. Now you be sending for how many? For 10 people.
Crazy.
So these are the things. And then now, because of that, people are constantly being blackmailed, just in line with what we were talking about. So people are being blackmailed constantly with these things. Somebody would now come and say, you don't ever hear, okay, if you don't show, I will release these nudes that you sent to me. Now, from married women to single girls to married men and all of that. These are the downsides of social media on our relationships. Now, when you're going there, you thought, okay, this is beautiful, it's okay, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. Those receipts, social media never forgets. We might stop talking about it, but hey, make no mistakes, it's there for archive. The moment you don't just get some function, so they don't just appoint you minister, boom. This one when we release nudes for so and so site. The fact that people stop talking about, because there's the slang that it trends for 3 days and it goes. See now, because we over get news they will talk about them. You think they don't forget to talk about Ani Ethiopia? They've not stopped talking. Now because na Tonto on the rain. When make some other thing come out, we'll keep Tonto aside. That's why they will bring back her relationship with Churchill and Popo Gri on the same place where it happen at the same time. You know why? Social media doesn't forget. I just need us to know that. And social media know the sorry man. One and all he said, see, there's nobody on he said people want content. If your relationship break, you say, oh, well, I'm sorry, I'm praying for you. They're not praying for you, they're not sorry for you. They read their comment, then they go use their real profile, make fine comment, go use fake profile, blast you. If you need to see the people who are behind fake profiles, there are some of your husbands are using fake profiles to insult you on social media. Thank you. Thank you. No, you will be shocked to know who is behind a fake profile. Because people will say that, oh, this is my best friend get fake profile and I use and kill you there. They catch down their corner. Don't worry, you'll be shocked.
I never thought of that.
If you trust people on social media at your own risk.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Trust people on social media at your own risk. So you're thinking, even this following we're talking about, if you think you have loyal followers, wait until you see who is behind a fake profile before you know. Not that we like the compliments, but that's as far as it gets. It doesn't get into us. That's one thing. To be sure that you are not, your self-esteem doesn't come from the crowd. So
Yeah.
I come tomorrow, you blast me, and then I get low self-esteem. They never born that self-esteem. No, they don't have born low self-esteem, I beg. I'm just saying that these are the things that will make us gradually, we're losing ourselves because we think that somehow social media is authenticating us. Social media is the one giving us vibe. Social media is the one making us feel good about ourselves. Oh, if they comment for my picture, say you look beautiful, you look beautiful. So man can come and say, you know, fine. Now I don't be so depressed the whole day because somebody is telling me an opinion about me. No. You need to know yourself before you get out there. Before I want put picture on social media, I don't validate the picture, say it fine before I put them.
Yeah.
Before
Yeah.
Emma one can she don't be here and then say they look themselves on mirror, so say it fine. So whether Emma become then they no tell you say that Emma you look good. Emma no say I come out and look good. This is me. This is me. Now my mantra that people, how many people they get to validate me? Any other thing you receive from people on social media should be a plus to what you already
Be a
have.
plus, yeah.
So yes, people can appreciate you and all of that, yeah. But no mean not saying that they are the ones giving you your esteem. Maybe for them you take them.
Yeah.
Otherwise, the day when they will turn against you, you will become a shadow of yourself. Just so we understand that. Maybe Emma will start with the solutions,
Yeah.
and then yeah.
There's a comment by Marlene.
Marlene.
Yeah, Marlene, that's my
Okay.
childhood friend. Marlene. Marlene is my childhood friend.
Mm.
So she made a comment. This is it. That we need to add social media management as subject for school for educate. I mean, it might sound funny, but trust me, it really matters because the way we are going out of hand, right? It seems like life no balance at all, and now we no balancer. Anyway, for the solution is going to even be like our opening statement when we said, what you copy, you should mind the way you want to paste it. Social media is bad depending on how you choose to use it. You can choose to use it in a positive way. There are people who have had jobs on social media. There are people who have had great partners, spouses, especially see a corona era. When we say these things, our people back in Cameroon,
they don't give comment.
What did you say? I'm sure that well, we know the one now. Who did even argue that position again? Were you?
You are in fact you are the quarter of short and sexy people.
In fact, the quarter of short and sexy people who go even compare again. You get hard for stand. Yeah, don't make another forget. Why did Asaki today so no?
We're talking about what Marlene said about having.
No, I actually went out of that. Why Asaki today?
You mentioned that people should know what to copy and how to paste it. I don't know if you can take it.
Like you should know what you copy. I was trying to say that when we talked about this issue about Corona era, our people back home might not understand. That if you people know it, I don't know about Delhi in the UK. But I see Germany, so they don't carry my talking for pigeon, so that means they don't hear me. Even though they don't learn pigeon, they don't carry the corona like banana for the head where woman no drama for salon. This corona for Germany don't carry us for head like banana. So the way we have experienced lockdown, since you people started hearing about lockdown now, all the pop will see the inside too. The threatening whistle will go inside against us, the serious one again, that kind of one way. You get for the salon and everybody run around. Can you imagine that in public apartments, they tell you to put on a mask before going to the toilet? That's how bad it can be. And how is this connected to relationship? People rarely meet. People rarely have occasions like the past where people in the diaspora, they get to meet actually by attending occasions and things like that. They rarely meet. This time, no day at all. The restrictions are too much. Social media is helping people to meet. Last time, me and Winter come out, carry our head for years, we go restaurant, go to a foreign restaurant, they tell me, say, if we don't get vaccine or corona test, we don't enter shop. We can't give people money. Money, they never look at face, they tell us, we don't go enter. And guess what? That was it. We couldn't show the test on that day, so it shows that we had to change actually our restaurant to be somewhere else. Wow, these things, they are real. And imagine that even before Corona era, the only one they do match up so that because it'll be easy. People are so busy. They're in a busy world now. Because we have come to that area where we no longer believe in our parents choosing wives and husbands for us. It's not in the past where they'll just show you a picture of the man there for coast. You are married. You're married. No, we now believe in the side of being able to choose for ourselves. But do we have that chance to meet the people we want to choose? No. That's why we have things like matchups. And that's why social media is there. If we want to talk about solution to this, just learn how to use it the right way. No kaya you do not slay queen things. It might not work out for you. Not at all. So be very careful because people read you. I think Deli mentioned this. People read you. There are people who might want to offer a job. There are people who might be looking, they want to get married. There are people who are looking for a lot of things. Your comment, your post, your everything, it speaks so much about you. So compose yourself the way you want to be taken. If you want to be a slave queen, we are going to take you as a slave queen. You want to be a pest, we'll take you. You want to be trouble, we will take you. Anyhow you come. Now, so we social in Lord and we take you. Thank you, Denzel.
You're welcome. Wow, thank you so much, Emma. And I love the way you put it and the direction that you took. I didn't really think about that, but I think I like that area as well. But for now, I would like Deli to take it from this direction. Normally, people come to social media to pour out their vigor, their anger, and all those things about their spouses, probably because I feel like personally, like they do not know where to channel your problems. And if you do not know where to channel your problems, that means you can channel your problem anywhere. Even you're the crazy neighbor, you see, you can talk to the crazy neighbor because you do not know who to talk to. Okay, so I would like Deli to, if there is any, let her tell us, like, if you're facing problems, because marriages, the crisis is part of marriage. Disagreement is part of it. Misconception is part of it. Okay, so where could people channel their problems to? Because there are people right now with problems.
I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. Right. So let me say this before I get on the how to where people should channel their problems. The downside, I wanted to make this known. A lot of things you see on social media, not just from couples, okay, and not exactly the reality. We already mentioned that, but I wanted to zoom in on celebrities. Celebrities have a lifestyle. It is their job to package. It is their job to show you what they want you to see. Because it is their office, so they're selling you what they want you to see. So they come there, they have to package it in a particular format. That's why you see an actor or an actress would act a particular role so perfect, and you fall in love with that actress based on their acting. But they are suffering the exact same thing they acted in their roles in a movie, in their real lives. I don't know if you understand that.
Yeah.
Now, they are intentional about selling their brand, their products, their services to us. So know what you buy on here. When a celebrity comes on social media and is walking around with an empty chest, nudes, empty last, as we call them, or gold chains all over, and that it is not for you to replicate that.
Yeah.
Now, be careful about what you're copying. I always say some people come, they're passing on a message. People have come with depression. They want to express depression. They go bare body. And when they go empty skin, they're telling you this is what I'm going through. So sometimes you're replicating people's depression moments, people's suicidal thoughts expressed in pictures. That's what some of you are doing. You don't know. So an artist is there. They dress the way they dress, not because that's how they would dress on a normal day. Have you guys seen Yemi Alade on a normal day? You will be amazed. Because she is trying to tell you that this is what I wear for functions when I'm in my office, and this is showbiz. You are not a showbiz person. You are a regular person in your home. You can't be doing that. The one ton, when you talk about news or empty skin, those ones carry fat things, then put on the skin, they sweat for afternoon, big chains here and there. They will have their fake gold, fake all of that, and you'll be sweating to kill yourself to get the real gold, because the people close to you would see it. On social media now, you don't know whether to do my shades while wearing my glasses while wearing a designer or not. I could tell you it's designers, you don't know, but when people are close to you, they see the reality. So what I'm trying to say is that be careful. And now this goes now to the solutions. Be careful what you copy. Be careful the platforms you follow. Because garbage in, garbage out, what you continuously feed your mind on, you become that in the long run. What you listen to, who you listen to, what you feed your spirit man with, who you talk to, matters a lot. That's why before long, you will see even our followers here, the ones who follow us, they're beginning to dress like us, they're beginning to talk like us, they're beginning to act like us. Like, personally, I can tell when somebody uses a phrase that I've used before, like somebody copies, I can tell, you know, in a positive way, not saying that, oh, you should, I can tell when somebody is replicating something like that. And that shows that they are learning.
Exactly. Yeah.
You see, so be careful. About the solution, for you to get a solution about something, you have to be intentional about that thing. Intentional about it. Just be intentional. Say, you know what? I want to make it better. The question then you asked about
where to channel your problems to.
Where to channel your problems to.
Relationship problems.
Like I said at some point, if we're honest with ourselves, the average Cameroonian cannot afford professional services.
Yeah.
And apart from that, truly speaking, these services are not even available. I've asked, I've inquired, okay? Most of them, the ones who are there, they're not even nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
The ones who are to be found are very expensive. So that's why they run to platforms like ours who will do it for them free of charge. But look at it, we are hiding the IDs. So if you get so frustrated and you cannot talk to somebody, run to any, not necessarily, I always say not just to this platform, but to any person you can, at least a social media personality or a counselor or just somebody, even if it's in your immediate environment, just another person. Like, do not die with it, okay? Because if you, how do you know if you can trust somebody? Consistency. How consistent have they been with what they're doing? That's one of the ways you can trust them. And in what they have been doing, how controversial have they been in that? So if I talk about a person problem come out tomorrow, it will use them against me. You want to know, you want to see people how much they handle situations. That's how you can talk to them. But again, make yourself counselable. I don't know if that makes sense. It's not an English word, but I'm using it so that we understand. Sometimes people cannot talk to you. They cannot. People are going through problems. They have solutions around them, and people are scared to tell them because somehow they know you will not listen to that solution based on who they know you to be. You're not teachable, okay, and all of that. Or you too, you are a large mouth. Nobody wants to talk to you too because you take it out there. Now, I'm saying that be that person who can go to somebody when you need help and express yourself, at least to somebody you trust. And also, again, you can be that person people can rely on. Talk to one person. It could be your mother, because I believe that you cannot wake up and grow for your life, reach adult, who don't have one person in your life that you trust. Then you have a problem. And I always say that. Even if it's your mother, your father, if you don't have these people, you should have a friend that you can talk to. If you don't have a friend that you can talk to, you can go to a pastor. Because trust me, if you walk into any church to want to talk to a pastor, even if the pastor don't know you, talk your problem, he will counsel you. That's how willing people are ready to give out counseling to you. Again, if you think that people would do, that's why they don't talk about fake profile. As much as this thing is not good, the positive side then too for the fake profile day. That's why we say if you cannot, you are scared of, maybe Auntie Deli will broadcast your story out there. If you use a fake profile, nobody will know you're the one.
Exactly.
So you can use, there are loads of ways, rather than sitting and dying of depression, speak out. And there are loads of ways to speak out. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I think that was some powerful side and solution from Billy's side as well. Just for me to add to what both of them have been saying, I think Billy mentioned almost everything, but just to add, we're using social media now, and there are information out there. If you are going through, like, there's YouTube, there is Google. You might not necessarily come to me, to Delhi, to Emma, or to any other sector out there that you cannot afford. But I can tell you that if you are suffering from, let me say, if you have been suffering from social anxiety, and you go on Google just to Google on social anxiety, if you can Google, you have access to that. There is so much that you will learn. There is so much information that you will get from there. That is, if you cannot afford a counselor or a professional, whatever it is. Okay, if you do not know someone to confide to, you can at least Google something. Go to YouTube. There are millions of videos like on YouTube right now. So people talking on relationships, repetition on so many different topics. So many different topics that if you go there, at least you will gain one or two knowledge. Don't just sit at home assuming that there is no one can help you. Like, there is no one out there who wants to help you. There is no one who has a notice board that I am James Helper. You need to go seek for them. If you cannot go for them, go to the Google. You will have a solution. Do not kill yourself at home. Do not die alone, thinking that you are alone or there are no solutions to your problem. No, there is someone out there.
Yeah.
I think we have finally come to the end. But before both,
Denzel, I'm sorry. Can I just add something? There's something you mentioned about Google, right?
Yes.
Just to add about this Google, like, I like what you said, because it's just like, if you cannot pay, it means there are free services out there, of which, like, even social media, like Delhi was saying, for example, Delhi's Matchup is a free platform, something like that too.
Yeah.
So just maybe to add, before people, sometimes you maybe get to Google and you start getting disappointed, like what you get is not relatable. Let me kind of put it this way.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone sees like me. If I have especially social issues, so highly connected to cultural issues, I would really want to talk to somebody I think can understand where I come from.
Definitely.
Because you come and you want to tell somebody, like there are people that here, for example, you go meet up there with a professional level them. Then you want to start telling them about my in-laws. They don't understand what were your in-laws even doing in your life, such that they even have a say with you to determine. You want to come and complain about your in-laws. They don't kind of understand it. Then you get to now talking somebody who understands the role of in-laws in marriage and things like that. They will take it from another angle, they handle it from another angle. And you might end up having more kind of proposals and ways to work out of this. That is a situation where somebody could just be giving you a professional kind of way of handling it. Yeah, without even, without being able to relate with your background. So I just thought I should add this, like, it really matters too when you see people wanting to go to a particular platform or to a particular, culture and society plays a big role. So even when you want to Google, sometimes you feel as one go Google, you better go to say people where they come over Cameroon, where they kind of. So it's kind of relatable. So I just thought I should add this. So yeah.
Okay, that's good. Thank you so much for that contribution, Emma. Are you done?
Yeah, sure.
Just conclude your conclusion, because you're going off the screen after that.
I thought we did already, right? I thought we concluded already. Or that Denzel. Have we? Or
Denzel was giving a round of conclusion. I think so.
Okay, let me conclude then, if Denzel wants me to.
Did you want to conclude?
No, I conclude myself. The answer for Denzel own. I beg, don't leave me. I turn down my conclusion.
Okay, give us a conclusion now.
Yes, I mean, to conclude, guys, Under no circumstances are we trying to tell you how to play your life. Under no circumstances are we trying to tell you whether you should post your relationship or you shouldn't post, or are we trying to tell you the number of pictures you should? No. On the contrary, we are just trying to give you some sights, different angles to this whole thing, and that you choose wisely the one you want. Do you want to keep posting? It's okay. You can post morning, afternoon, evening. I like seeing beautiful pictures, and I like seeing beautiful couples too. Post it, but be rest assured that, you know, this might not always work out the way you want it to work. And also be rest assured that Facebook and Facebook in-laws will never forget, like I said. So you might delete your messages, you might delete your pictures, but guess what? We deal a lot with people who copy. So somebody will not comment on your picture or your post or anything, but guess what? They've done a screenshot. They've downloaded your picture. They've done things. Your picture, it is spread for WhatsApp. But when that person never react for that picture, but they are talking already about it. I'm just trying to say that you have archives, you have people who are helping you, you have museums, unknown museums. So before you do these things, we were just thinking that you might want to think twice before you make an action on social media. Before you bring forth your relationship and post your issue, the quarrels you had this morning with your spouse, know that we are never going to forget. So by the time you forgive your husband or your wife, we're not going to forgive you. Because we already say and since we already blasty. If you say don't can't tell you now some move in Tom Ching Kong, that might not in a delivery of God and
agree. Maybe you hear name shit.
Now I don't
you
understand that name.
If you say if Toto can't tell we some fucking King Kong will forgive you. We know people Thank you, Denzel. I mean, it was a great show, and yeah.
Thank you so much. Well, I think Dele has concluded already.
Which conclude? Ha! Why they already put my conclusion for my hand?
See the way catch up.
No, I'm there because you know say your nothing now your wake up talk and say I don't conclude. Which one is the conclusion?
Okay, come on, give us your conclusion. The way you
Let me conclude my conclusion. I beg.
Switch when you come on. So
okay, I'll be fast. Okay. Okay, guys. I mean, it's been a great show. Okay, I had to put down some points while Emma was talking. So first of all, I want to say that integrity is not what you do, not necessarily. Let me use the word necessarily. What you do out there, but what you do when nobody's watching. Most importantly. So when we talk about all the things and the negative sides of putting things out there for people to see and all of that, also have that integrity that if your inbox is checked as well, it will pass the test. Okay. So we just say, okay, then we'll now leave an inside, but we'll still do it in the inside our box. And just so that tomorrow, the one kind of screenshots on team, you come out clean. Just so we're clear on that. And then this thing of putting pressure on your spouse to post you on social media. You see cheating people. Putting people, they fist people you for your
Putting what? I didn't get it because of the internet. Putting what?
Yes. I said this thing of you insisting that your spouse must post you for show to the world that your spouse loves you. It could downplay it go take some negative toll on your relationship for where you know go even believe. If they want to do that, then fine. Okay. If they want to do that, perfect. If not put pressure on them. Because the moment you put pressure on them, you never be fine. You always want to put more pictures to authenticate the putting. So I don't put on today, tomorrow I'll need to put on. That's too much stress for people who don't care about it. They insist they don't care. So not even try to worry yourself. You know, I had to say that. People put relation, you never see person where they put you so write and caption, my lovely babe, now only you want to view that status. Now come and tell me. They never put you for status, then block all man. Now only you to see yourself, you think for they say, go use different number, view that status, you wash hand. It may exist because these are the lies people tell you, and then you feel like, oh, they have posted me. Posting you, he can still post you and post another person with another profile. He can still post you, the one ask him, it does say you be cousin. He can still post you, but it will limit your chances drastically, especially because it's the women who always want this post me. Because some person wake up saying they pay a school fee tomorrow, or some person wake up to say, oh, I thought you were married. You jinx your chances of having that. And then lastly, couples should, I know that this might not really be in line with the thing we're talking about, but because we talked about a lot of counseling, couples should learn to seek counseling. African couples, see, learn to seek counseling for your relationship. From courtship, start learning to seek counseling. Analyze your relationship, evaluate it, re-evaluate it, and learn to ask. Go there, even when the relationship is not bad. Just go on better ways of spicing up the relationship. A counselor will tell you that. If you notice after stay for your marriage 3, 4, 5 years, you've never been to see even a mentor to ask whether to pose a problem to your mentor, or to ask for solutions, or just to give a testimony and ask your mentor what to do to make this thing better. So we're not saying there are no beautiful relationships out there. There are loads of them, but you can make it even better. So counseling is of the essence for couples, especially we Africans. They will not believe in that. We go to only feel and say, oh, you want a relationship with a No, not that. Go to people you can trust and confide in them. That's why it's important to have a mentor at least, who can tell you that you're going wrong here, you're going this way, and you can run to them when you really need them.
Yeah.
So thank you so much, Denzel. I had mad fun, learned a lot, and I'm happy.
Wow. I think that's brilliant. And the end of it from Delhi's speech, I really love it, because I was about to go to that area. But since she has talked about that already, just like, let me emphasize on it. It's working. It's not a joke.
Yeah.
It's working. Okay. You do not only need a counselor when you have a problem, even when things are going well for you people. Like, I kind of feel like every couple should visit, even when you're happy, visit a counselor, pay for that service at least twice or once once a year, just to know what is happening. You might be doing something good, but it's not best. But when you meet a counselor, they will give you a fresh perspective, and you're like, okay, now this is what I'm supposed to do. And there are like buried emotions that you cannot discover them on your own. But when you go for counseling, your counselor will help you to bring out these things. And before you know it, like, your relationship is blossom. It's in a whole another level. So I'm really aligned with what Delhi said. It's brilliant. Now let me give you people now the headache. You see this how did you call the husband's name again? Is it
Bobo Green? Where?
Bobo Green.
The fans that name, I don't lie.
The fans of Pompo Green. The fans of Pompo Green. I think it's time that we men we normalize when there is a breakup, let's take an L and go home.
Yeah.
When a woman dumps you, or when you dumped a woman, then she refuses to take the L and try to fight, to be defensive. Just say, just let it go. I've seen very petty comments and petty messages from this guy, and some guys are co-signing that idea.
Really terrible.
Some guys are co-signing that idea, thinking that it's good. It's crazy. I mean, more normalize, say it didn't work.
Exactly.
Instead of going in and die, let's normalize it. It didn't work, and I wish you the best. Let's normalize that. Like, hey, if that was your soulmate, then why have you slept with the whole quarter to come to your soulmate? It didn't work. Let's try to normalize these things. I see guys taking side like, hey, Tonto did this to her ex. He says 2 seconds, man, and this is now a karma or what? Hey, the guy is not supposed to react to that. I've said this before about emotions. There are no good or bad emotions. There are only bad or good reactions to our emotions. The way we react to our emotions, it makes those emotions bad. So I do not care if Tonto dumped him or he dumped her. His reaction shows that it's petty, and that's why the relation did not work from a man's perspective. That is the way I see it. Just take an L and move forward with your beautiful life. So for his fans, bro, if you're thinking to emulate that kind of life, then you are planning to fail in the future. Let's try to learn to copy good, copy the positive side of people, not only the negative side. And if we see the negative thing, let's say it's bad. That is if you know it's bad. But stop all this fake. If it's not going, it's not going. More be an example of our new generation of tomorrow. I've said this before, the way we are behaving, if you're not careful, the future relationship, they will be at a very high rate of doom than what it is today. Because the way it is today, it's failing and it's dying.
Yeah.
So it's high time, like Deli mentioned, couples should be going for counseling. I've said this a million times. This is relationship. It's a profession. People are trained. People are blessed. People are gifted. So not everybody can have a mouth. This is one of the disadvantage of putting your relationship on social media, because once you drop that one explosive that my husband did not do this last night, you give millions of people the opinion to drop their negativity into your relationship. But if you take that problem, like my husband came in 2 minutes, you take it to a professional will know how to handle it. Probably this man was stressed.
Expensive. And we are not even expensive.
That's it. So let's I mean, if you have a problem, you go to a lawyer. You're sick, you go to a doctor. If you have a problem with your relationship, go and see
a professional counselor.
Go and see them. Go and see them. I understand sometimes we take things for negligence, but these are the people that can give you the best advice. I've said this, I can define biology, but if you ask me to sit for a biology class, I will fail. Let's learn to take our problems to professionals, especially if we can afford it. People are dying not because they cannot afford it.
And even at that, before you choose social media as your own last option, make sure you've tried everything else, just so we know. Because some people will come and say it's still a place to get a solution anyways. But before you choose it as your last option to even come and vent, because some people say, oh, they would have committed suicide if they didn't come to vent. Before you choose that, let's just even give room for that. Before you choose that, make sure, because sometimes you've not even prayed. This is for Christians. Some of you you've not even asked God what I say, hey, Papa, now what's up with this thing? You don't just decide, say, now social media will carry and come, and sometimes look within you. The solution is within you. Sometimes we need just mercy from God to sort out a lot of things in our lives, not about others,
So thank you so much, Deli. Finally, we have come to the end of the show. I hope listening to speeches like this or counseling like this is not just listening to them, but can you go back and put what you have learned in practice? Because a lot of people do that. I've seen millions of good information, but I've not used it, and my life is still miserable. So when you hear something good, go and practice it. So thank you guys so much. I hope we had an amazing show.
We love you.
Our panelists, thanks everyone. I wish you all a beautiful weekend and enjoy your day.
Thanks for being the case study of today. Guinea pig. Asakitu was our guinea pig for today. Thanks so much.
And Denzel have a suitor. What's that, Denzel? What's that? There's a today we talk
about. It's a man like you. It's a man like you.
No, that one I was after. Say, are you married? But the beginning is, are you married?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
Happily married. Anybody come on Denzel, you study.
In the beginning, I didn't want to say it because in the beginning, some person actually can't lament say why Denzel be married.
This one is not here today. This one had emergency call, so you know be with us.
Well, there you go, no. I want to listen to I Amata.
No, Asakitu to say overlong, so that Ahmed overlong, and I did respect it to Asakitu talker. And it's way to correct.
Then what you overlong?
Asakitu be say why Ahmed overlong? So you know South there backstage the grumble for comment section say Ahmed overlong.
My phone the go off, so I had to before you could not maneuver like that. I had to charge, and that advert just covered up for that. That's why I didn't came late back. So guys, thank you so much. Unapom we have to share this video. See you guys again. Same time, same venue. We love you all.
How is Kelly? Quinta the answer how for Kelly. How is Kelly? But Kelly don't lost so Kelly did.
No, Kelly. Oh, thank God. Oh, Kelly good. So Kelly literally vexed me. I will post Kelly. Kelly don't send information. So there are too many things supposed to. I don't forget about Kelly. I don't say the only things I ignore it.
Bongela no leave this song.
Bye guys. Bisu, 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 bisu.
Bye guys. Love you guys.
Say Bongela no leave this song. Well, God, no one go here. We love you all. Take care of yourselves.